Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast. Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Shrenik Sadalgi. Shrenik Sadalgi is an ideator, a futurist, and a technologist. As head of Wayfair Next, he leads the exploration of far future R&D for Wayfair, where he's pioneering the future of retail and home by leveraging emerging technologies. Shrenik also serves as chairman of the Kronos 3D Commerce Workgroup, a group of leading retail and technology companies exploring the opportunity to accelerate the adoption of 3D experiences by establishing a set of universal standards for platform-agnostic 3D model creation and distribution. Shrenik holds a master's in computer science from Columbia University, where he was a recipient of the MSTA Fellowship. Well, good afternoon, Shrenik. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, thanks for having me on here.
Absolutely. This is so exciting. Get to meet another great guest as we traverse the globe. We want to jump in, Shrenik, and share your story with the globe as well. So jumping into these questions, you've got quite the career in technology, research and development. You're an innovator and now the director of R&D at Wayfair. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Yeah, it's been like I've had a few simple rules to kind of guide me along my career. And the first one is just never stop learning, right? I think as soon as you think you're done with learning, that's when I think you're gonna fail. So I just keep an open mind and keep embracing new challenges, and always have the attitude where you can with the let's figure this out kind of attitude. And my last principle, I would say, is like I believe that I can do anything until I can't, right? And so it's that kind of attitude that I feel has really helped me along my journey. And I'd say, like, if you can embrace every challenge with an open mind, I think you'll be successful.
I appreciate that, Shrenik. That's great, and you're absolutely right. You need to be continually learning. And I can tell you, having hundreds of guests on this show, we can all agree on one thing. You need to be curious and you continue to learn. And as you stated, embrace those challenges. So switching gears here a little bit, we're this pandemic, right? We think it's lifted. We're not sure yet, but either way, how do you foresee e-commerce evolving going forward? And will it be any different than the last 16 months during the lockdown?
Yeah, fingers crossed, firstly. I feel like, I really want to get back to normalcy like everyone else. But it has been very interesting to see the way e-commerce has evolved over the last 1.5 years, right? And more people, I think, have become dependent on online channels as a result of it, right? But some people like the convenience of shopping online, and some people don't, right? It depends on what category you belong to and it just depends on what category you belong to, right? And so some people have tried out online tools for shopping, and that make shopping from home a true benefit, right? And they realize the true value of it. And there's a percentage of folks who don't like it, and so the folks who do like it have converted to shopping online, right? But there is one thing about these online mediums that is interesting, is that you can really tell rich stories about products, or you can really provide a very holistic experience online. You can give a lot more product information. You can, there's things like reviews for products. You can even cross shop between different retailers. So it is definitely convenient to shop online. As I see that trend continuing, it's not going to go away. It's only going to get more online. It's just purely because it's convenient, right? But as retail stores open, I do think that people are going to weave in and out of online and physical and online again. And so anybody who cracks this kind of true omni-channel experience, where you're trying to blend between the physical and digital, those are the folks who are going to be successful.
Thank you for sharing that. That's an interesting perspective, of course. And you're right. For some people, it may be generational. It may not be. It just be for everybody. But that's just different. They're unique in their own way. Is learning as well to traverse this new normal that we live in. And it might be a little bit of back and forth or hybrid or vice versa. So thank you for sharing that. And Shrenik, you work with the Commerce Group to develop some new and emerging technologies, some of which Wayfair leverages directly. Is there anything the group has been working on that you can share with us today?
Sure. Yeah. The 3D Commerce Working Group that I'm a part of, we've been. It is a large organization filled with over 70 companies who've kind of come together to address the need for aligning on the definition of what a 3D virtual product means. And this is purely for shopping, for the use case for shopping online using virtual products, right? And so what we've done is we've kind of made it easy for anyone who wants to get into this, into the 3D industry. We've made their lives easier by offering a set of guidelines where you can actually, we're letting content creators or artists produce virtual versions of products using the set of guidelines that we publish online, right? That's one aspect of it. The other thing that we've done is there are certain challenges that come our way when we try to sell products, when you try to shop online and we're trying to use these digital channels that where you can see virtual products or visual representations of products online. There are quite a few challenges on the consumer side. There's a few challenges on the production of this content side, and there's a few problems on the distribution of this content online, right? And so we've gone ahead and tried to solve different problems across these three verticals, right? And so one example of that is if you typically products come in different shapes and sizes and colors, right? And so, but in order to represent those different options or variants of products online, there's no way to do that with 3D models or with 3D representations today, right? And so we came up with a way for retailers to kind of package all those different options into a 3D model and actually serve that online, so people can actually browse and switch the different colors and sizes of products. There's realism that is very is going to be, which is critical to shopping online, right? You want what you're seeing online to reflect the real product, right? So, and that in itself brings a lot of challenges, not only with images that you see online, but think of it as this new medium for experiencing these products, right? Which is 3D today. That has its own set of challenges. So we're trying to solve that through offering, different kind of plugins that would help you, that would help content creators showcase these products in a very real way online. And so that's something called PBR Next, which is a set of I'd say, without going into too much technical details, it just lets artists showcase the realism in different ways, right? And so there's that. There's a set of things we've done for optimizing these the products that you see online. How do you it's a bulky, it's a large file, right? So if you think of like a browsing experience, the larger the images, the larger the files, the slower the experience is, right? And so we're trying to take care of we're trying to produce an optimized experience for consumers so that when they experience these products, they experience that in a very seamless way, in a very frictionless way. So we've come up with different ways of compressing these files, these textures that you have in these files, so that the file sizes of these models are much lower. And that's something called KTX2. That's a new texture compression format. So there's a lot of really technical, technical programs or standards or a set of technologies that we've built that are actually making it much easier for consumers to experience 3D products online, and also for the retailers to produce these virtual products online. So it's a collection of different things that we're kind of slowly releasing over time, and it's just I feel that it's kind of it's raising the whole industry at the same time.
I love that, Shrenik. I appreciate, you're absolutely right. It's raising the bar in the industry. It's making a better customer experience experience or consumer experience in this case. But I do appreciate that. I love the tech talk here because our audience is, although broad, we do have a lot of techies here that listen in, and this has been amazing. So thank you. So Shrenik, we're going to switch gears. And our last question here is, could you share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those looking to grow their career in either tech or innovation?
Yeah. So, when you come across tech online or you're learning about technology, right? It can be overwhelming, right? So I'd say just take a step back. Don't be afraid when you come across something new. You can always break it down because most of this stuff is rooted in just common sense, logic, and some basic principles, right? And so if you can keep simplifying it and keep breaking it down until you can understand it, then that's going to serve you well. So I'd say be persistent and just try to keep breaking it down into smaller pieces until you can consume it, right? And so because it is all finally based on these, it's all based on zeros and ones, right? And so it is at the end of the day, it is it's simple stuff at the base layer, right? So as long as you can get it there, that's something that will help you. And the one thing that can drive that is to is if you can stay curious, if you can be as curious as you can about your approach or your about technology or innovation in general, that is going to kind of fuel your learning. So I'd say keep at it and never stop learning.
I love that. Shrenik, I really, really appreciate your insights. Obviously, your story is unique. You have a lot of experience behind you, but just the fact that you've shared your story and you've shared some of those nuggets that people will certainly listen and resonate with is most appreciated. So Shrenik, it was a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me on.
Bye for now.